There's more passport cis foolery going on at Spirit Airlines.
And guess what?
Bruh. Bruh.
There's some goons, huh? They got goons out here. What the fuck? Oh, you're on round.
Why?
If black people would act the same way as Chinese people do, they would be so much more powerful, so much more rich.
He ain't lying.
What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, hope you subscribe. This video here has been long overdue. So definitely expect a rant from me coming out of this by the end of this video. I came across a particular clip that I want to share with you guys from a Chinese man, as you briefly saw in the intro. Running back from the top, it's short and sweet, man, but there's a reason why I want to play this, man. Let me go ahead and run this back real quick.
Bro, if black people would act the same way as Chinese people do, they would be so much more powerful, so much more rich. There are so many black people in the world. There are so many, especially African Americans, bro. The thing is, they are not bonding. They're fighting each other. If they would be as united as Chinese people, bro, they will be powerful as fuck. But they're divided. But they could be powerful, but they don't have this unity. They don't have this gene which makes them connected. Or maybe it's the elite which keeps them divided.
Yeah, and two things could be true at the same time. And I agree with him. Because part of the reason why the elites have gone through such great lengths to keep us divided as we are right now is for the exact same reason why he said that we could be very powerful and very rich if we were united. Think about what the marital rate was for black people years when it was almost 8 out of every 10, or about 8 out of every 10. It was sitting at about 80% in comparison to where it's at now. Like, don't nobody find that suspicious that the other races, their percentages didn't take it as much as a dramatic drop as black Americans? I'm like, I don't think that's just a coincidence. And then when black men in particular, try to explain this to black women, they're really not trying to hear it, because the powers that be are, how can I say, the puppeteer pulling the strings, as far as government being set up the way it is, to where they look at government more so than their fellow men. So you have that dynamic as well. And then when you have black men, even well-to-do black men, that speak up and hold women accountable, like what I'm about to show you, then you already know what type of response that you're going to get. Even though they claim that black men don't make good leaders, it's not that black men don't make good leaders. It's just that we are dealing with women that don't want to follow. They want to be in front, and that's part of the lack of unity between black women and black men.
I match energy as a trauma response, not a personality. Men ain't intimidated by you. They just tired of arguing with you. You want to be led, but you don't want to follow. Single mother's relationship advice is keeping you single. A lot of y'all leave with y'all accomplishments, but call men lame for doing the same thing. You crave protection, but you attack every man that tries to protect you. You say you love black men, but sometimes you only love the idea of it. You want to be loved without judgment, but you judge him for not being the person you created in your head. That man ain't silent because he don't care. He's silent because he's tired of defending himself. You say black men ain't vulnerable, but you haven't created a space for him to be. You say black men don't protect you, but a lot of them don't feel safe around y'all either. I understand situations occur, but being a parent is a two-person job. You don't hate men, you just grieving the men that you believed in. Getting you offended, I kinda don't care. Love you, have a good day. Look at my dog.
You're not independent. You're a grown adult with unhealed trust issues. Be careful about family loyalty. Sometimes it's just emotional blackmail. Jesus is the one true savior, but he's not a cheat code for your laziness. Black women deserve protection, but they deserve accountability too. Black men need safe spaces, not just tough love. Some of y'all so pro-black, y'all anti-accountability. Hard to call this a community when we're constantly in competition with one another. Not all white people are your enemy, and not all black people is your friend. A lot of black women fear submission because they've only seen control. A lot of black men fear intimacy because they've never been allowed a safe space. If you offended, I kinda don't care. Love you, have a good day.
Now, the part that stood out the most out of everything I heard him say as it partakes to this particular topic, some of y'all are so pro-black that you're anti-accountability. And that's pretty much, in my opinion, what black fatigue, or some are calling it ghetto fatigue because they don't like the term black fatigue. Regardless of which one you call it, we all know what we're referring to when we say this. And this is exactly what it is. In my personal opinion, that's kind of how I look at a lot of super duper pro-black people. Because it does kind of give off like anti-accountability, like you're just always a victim, and that's not the case. And for real, it kind of pisses me off because you can't hold each other accountable without being called a coon, or you want to be like the white man. I'm like, I've been called that on my channel, and it zoned me the fuck out because I'm thinking to myself, so just because I call some shit out from what another black person does that make us look bad and continues to perpetuate the stereotype image that black people have, I want to be more like a white person? Like, please tell me how that makes any damn sense. It really agitates the fuck out of me. This is why I call black people that think like that niggas. Because only a nigga is gonna think like that. That is some of the most ridiculous logic that I've ever heard. Can't expand your vocabulary without, oh, you want to speak like a white person. Like, why do some black people think like this? It just come off like you just too simple-minded or something, bro.
Keep all that ghetto shit away from me. The walking around with your pants sagging, not being able to articulate, not being able to turn off that slang when you walking in important rooms, walking around with a black hoodie on at night, acting irate in restaurants and not being able to go to islands and hang out on cruises and stuff without getting into fights. Keep that shit away from me. I hate it. According to the TikTok comments on my recent video about not liking that ghetto shit, if I'm a black person and I despise ghetto shit, it's self-hate and I'm going against my race, or I'm trying to gravitate more to white people. But if I was white and I don't like ghetto shit, then that means I'm the R word, right? Man, y'all would say anything to fit the narrative of y'all perspective.
With the plane, they became so disrespectful, Guys, my plane just experienced some of the worst black fatigue. I am utterly disgusted and disappointed in these young black girls right now. They have lost their whole mind, and I'm just gonna come on here and say, like, the way that you carry yourself in different countries, it's gonna reflect on everybody that looks similar to you. Something happened with the starter, so they've been replacing the starter. I'm thinking we're in the air this whole time. It's been 3 hours we were on the plane, and these girls were being loud before the plane was getting ready to take off. But when there was an issue with the plane, they became so disrespectful, so loud, so ghetto, and them threw the medicine, sleeping pills. I can't even freaking turn around to say anything because I can't form a thought. So, like, if I find them, I'll let them know this, because honestly, then they were like, hey guys, you guys can sit on the plane. They make an announcement, they're like, hey, it's gonna take another 30 minutes. You guys are gonna sit on the plane, we're gonna get it done, then we're gonna take off. These girls start to try to open up the cabin doors, and the lady is like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be seated. And she's like, I'm getting my stuff, I thought we were getting off the plane. Immediately knew. I was like, either they're gonna get kicked off or they're about to deplane us, because they're acting belligerent. Thing you see on Spirit Airlines or Frontier in America, those freaking ratchet videos, they were acting just like that. Stereotypical black, nasty attitude girls knocked out. And I keep saying this because I waited till everyone got off the plane, so I go last. Because I'm so drowsy, I'm still like wobbly. Get my stuff, and the flight attendant behind me is like, you should be deplaning. And I'm like, girl, I wasn't one of those girls that were being disrespectful. And she's like, what? Like, just giving me so much attitude. And it's not me, but guess what? Because I look like you, I'm being disrespected. Just put that in perspective when you're traveling wrong, especially black people. Black people are already, what is it, that black fatigue is going around? Like, people are already getting sick and tired of your stank, public, embarrassing attitudes and behavior. And again, it's always going to backfire on people who aren't doing that look like you. So just keep that in mind before you open your mouth. Or Jesus, but I know you probably don't care. Anyways, I digress. Ciao.
Anywho, black bitches in the way. Hey, we're ready for questions.
What's your name?
I'm Key.
And you?
I'm Brandon.
Why do you think it's appropriate to just run up in our interview, mid-conversation?
I don't give a fuck.
I ain't gonna lie, they white and I don't give a fuck.
I never gave a fuck.
Are you just looking for attention?
No, never. I never gave a fuck.
We want to be fun and come for the video.
But if I'm in the middle of a conversation with two
I'm
people,
sorry, y'all. He feel disrespect down below.
Come with it. What? So what's the problem now? What's the problem now? We are girls. We are girls, don't we? Anywho, what's next?
He feels I don't like his.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. What's next? What's next? What's next? What's next?
I like her. Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck about interrupting the conversation. These hoes love us.
And stepping in the way, smoking, blowing shit in the air. She got her belly out, shaking and shit, out of breath.
We're ready for questions.
what's your name?
Look at it, out of breath. Look at this shit.
I'm Key.
Look at, I mean, bitch got high blood pressure, bro. Belly button sticking out, leggings about to rip in a second if she made the wrong move.
And you?
Brandon.
Why do you think it's appropriate to just run up in our interview, mid-conversation?
I don't give a fuck.
I ain't gonna lie,
And then I ain't gonna lie, I don't give a fuck. What you mean you?
they white and I don't give a fuck.
They white.
I never gave a
Are you just looking for attention?
No, never. I never.
Yes, you are looking for attention. That's exactly what you're looking for. You thought that it was a good thing for you to do. You thought that you had the privilege to just go walk up between two white bitches because you already know that they weren't gonna apply any pressure upon you. They was just gonna sit back and kick it, and you were just gonna, you basically just bully them. Like, I don't give a fuck, they white. But y'all say black people can't be racist. Alright.
Okay, fuck.
We want to be fun and come for the video.
But if I'm
Look at it, she's still trying to, and look, little shorty back here still trying to be nice. She's trying to be nice and respectful, patting her on the shoulder all softly and shit, trying to get her attention. Man, boy, alright. All I'm saying is this, ladies. That couldn't have been the situation with the man. That couldn't have been the situation where black dudes walk up and just jump right in front of men, jumped in front of two men, and they start talking about that shit.
And not only was that embarrassing to watch, but it was very telling, because did y'all hear what that girl said? She said, we don't give a damn because they white. Yeah, because if those were some other black women up there talking and being interviewed, something in my gut tells me that you wouldn't have did that. Something tells me that you probably wouldn't even gave it a thought, let alone any attention, to come on that man's platform and do what you did. That was rude as fuck. Yeah, and of course you know those girls weren't gonna do nothing, which is another reason why you did that. Which once again proves our point, and then you gonna have the nerve to sit over here and trying to say you ain't doing it for attention. Yeah, I'm weak at homie though, because that girl did sound like she had a hard time. Damn, boy, I'm like, what did you do? Rush to get? You ran to get in front of the camera, then you were alone and lost your breath. Like, she better take her insulin or something.
Not to hate on my own kind, but some of you niggas do too fucking much. The other day I went to McDonald's, and upon entering the establishment, I experienced true black fatigue. The workers were in the back rapping. None of the customers were using their inside voices. One individual was getting ghetto over an ice cream cone, and all of the people I mentioned happened to be my skin color. It's niggas like you who have the CIA jumping for joy. It's niggas like you who give us a bad look. It's just like some black people go out of their way to be as annoying as possible. Not to sound like one of the good ones, but can you niggas just be regular? Please?
It's not racist, and I know y'all have been told this is racist, but it's not. It's not racist to call black people out for their behavior and what they're doing to society at this moment. I'm glad people are noticing this because it's been so many years and it's finally catching up to y'all. I've been trying to tell y'all that white people are tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all too, but everybody, the world is getting sick of y'all and y'all's bullshit. I'm so glad this day is here. I've been trying to get out there that you people need help. Not just me, but me and other black conservatives. We've been trying to warn society that this is what it's gonna come to when y'all keep coddling black people. They're gonna see themselves as higher ups. They're gonna see themselves as untouchable because the world wants to not be racist towards them.
People are tired of dealing with niggas and nigga shit. Black fatigue is a collective tiredness that everyone in the country, especially in the United States, has for black people. People are tired of the ghetto-ness, the ratchetness, the loud behavior, the fighting, the arguing. They're tired of all that shit from black people. They're tired of black people using the race card to escape any kind of criticism or any kind of trouble at all. They're tired of the excuse from black people for why they can't do something is because, well, I'm black, and because of slavery, and because of racism, and because of a bunch of bullshit that does not fucking affect them in reality. So what's the solution? Well, the solution is for black people to acknowledge that they have a problem. Our culture is a problem. The way that we handle ourselves and handle issues is a problem. Black people need to stop acting as if there is nothing wrong with us, that we are perfect and nothing can be done wrong by black people. We need to stop putting our faith and value in entertainers. They give us a poor representation, a poor image. We need to redefine the objectives and roles of both men and women within the black community. We need to put more value in education, not sports and not rapping, not fucking dope dealing and doing bullshit. Our entire collective consciousness and our focus needs to change if we want to do better.
You know what, man? This topic makes me think of a conversation that I was having with Richie Mack, Zoom to Thailand. Some of y'all, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all who watch me are familiar with him. Shout out to Richie Mack. He said, man, us as black people, we are cursed because we seem to be the only race that glorifies the worst of us, especially the women when it comes to the men, which is why you hear them complain so much. Reason why the future Russell conversation seems to never go away, because I don't know why that's popping up again. But just that just seems to be the nature of our culture, bro. Like, I mean, at least in modern times anyway. Obviously, years ago, and I don't think it was like that, but right now it definitely is, and it's at this point, man, it's starting to come off like it's cancerous. It's like something that can't be fixed. I'm like, and that's the scary part about it. And I think the only way that it will get better is that the people that are trying to get away from the hood ghetto shit, like, just gonna have to like slowly but surely start filtering themselves out and separating from the pack. And it's just unfortunate because you gotta understand that a lot of those people are gonna hate on you. They're gonna call you a coon. They're gonna say you corny. They're gonna the typical shit. I'm like, and it blows my mind because other races don't do this. It's only black people. It's only black people. Like and like take it from somebody like myself. And I want to, and I think I can use myself as a great example because I gotta admit, when it comes to how I was brought up, you know what I mean? I was very fortunate. 2-parent household, grew up in a middle class neighborhood, really good neighborhood, boring as hell, hardly nothing ever happens there, all right? But however, pretty much everybody in my family lived in the hood or whatnot. So, there is that slight bit of influence there, along with being into the rap music and things of that nature. But even with all that, somehow, some way, I still ended up doing street and hood shit. You feel me? I mean, at one point was busting moves and selling drugs and whatnot, even though I always kept a job. Now, why would I do something like that given how I was brought up and I always kept a job if it wasn't because deep down I knew there was something about wanting to have some kind of acceptance from the pack. Get where I'm going? I'm like, and I'm saying this to you as a person that is ashamed of that. However, I think, to be honest with you, I definitely learned from it because I learned who my true friends really were. That was probably about the biggest lesson learned from being locked up from that shit. And if you guys been watching me for a long time, y'all already know my story. I always feel like I gotta retell it whenever I bring this up because there's always new people watching. But even because I remember when I finally got out, right, and I got a cousin, bro, downtown Cincinnati, most of his life, been in the streets most of his life, busting moves, selling drugs most of his life. When I tell you this man was so heated at me because in his mind he's thinking this to himself, why are you doing what I'm doing? You wasn't even brought up the way I was brought up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you finished high school. You didn't grow up in the street. You didn't grow up in the hood. You grew up in a new neighborhood. You always kept a job. Why are you over here doing what the fuck I'm doing? Like, you see I'm in and out of jail, bruh. That was your first time doing a long stint. Why would you even come down this path? And I can appreciate that because that's one of the rare cases where, and I think a big part of that has to do because this is my cousin. But that was like one of those rare occurrences where it's like a hood dude is over here looking at a brother that really ain't from the hood. Like, why would you be the same on the same type of time like me when I'm trying to get to where you at and I want to be in your position? Why would you want to be in my position? But you got a lot of people from the hood that don't think like that because my cousin now, he working for Ford. He been working for Ford for a few years now, making damn good money. So shout out to Cuz because he be watching the channel too. But I'm just saying all that to say, like, bro, at some point, just like my cousin, you gotta get away from that shit, bro. Because it ain't doing nothing but harm us at the end of the day, bro. That shit ain't helping, man. You know what I mean? And trying to shame and make people feel bad that are trying to get away from it and trying to stray from that shit and trying to better from that so that way we can have a better perception as a whole. Y'all gotta stop trying to shut that down too, because again, it's not a good look, and that's one of the reasons why we don't look unified in the first place. Because you got one half that's trying to champion the worst of us, and then you got the other half that's trying to stray away from that and flip it the other way around, so that way the people that the black people that do get awarded, especially black men, because I'm a black man and I speak for black men, the black men that are doing what they're supposed to do, they get awarded with having children with women first, instead of you choosing the worst of us and then coming and complaining and then over here looking for a Russell. Miss, I want to have baby by a future and then find a Russell. Because that's what you really got going on in the black community. But that's a whole nother conversation that has been had, but wouldn't be surprised if I have it again because it's starting to pop up on the feed again for some reason. Anyway, let me know what you thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love of support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel as well as the live show channel. Both links are in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.